welcome back to For He Who Is Mighty. Today we're going to talk about parenthood. I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while now, but I just haven't gotten around to it, and life has just been a little busy. As you can see from the vlogs, I've been vlogging a lot. I think my past 3 videos have been vlogs, and it's fine, it's great, but vlogging for me is not something that I really enjoy. I like to be present in the moment, so that's not really my thing. But anyways, we've been going around doing things, and so today finally getting to sit down and talk about parenthood. That is one of my greatest desires and one of David's greatest desires, to one day be parents. We do want to have our own little kids and babies, but I think in the season that we're in right now, that's not something that we plan on having. Obviously the Lord has his own plans, and if the Lord gives us a baby, then we're super excited and we'd be really happy. But right now where we're at in life, it would be really difficult to give 110% in the things that we are involved in and a part of. And so we're not planning to have a baby anytime soon. We're still giving ourselves a little bit more time because of the season we're in right now. But we are doing some things that are helping us prepare for parenthood when it comes. And you might say, like, how can you prepare when you don't even know? I feel like there's a lot of things that, like, even on social media, you see people's vlogs of their life with a newborn, life with a toddler, and we even have nieces, and our close community, they have babies. So we are able to ask them questions and see, like, what is the hardest part of being a parent? What do you guys think is something that just to be aware of once we do become parents? Because obviously being a parent is a mission. It's like just as the way that we have the title of being like youth pastors, and have the title of being a wife, have the title of being a daughter, there's that title of being a mom, and that comes with a lot more responsibilities, and it's not easy, but it's also just, I don't know, we want to prepare because we want to give the 110% in being a parent. That's our goal, and that's our heart's desire, that everything we do, we give 110%. If that means being a student, if that means being youth pastors, we want to give 110%. And so these are some things that David and I have just learned throughout our marriage to apply to our lives, so that when we become parents, it's easier and it's a lifestyle. So real quick, we'll just go right into the video because that was a long intro. So first thing is that we want to have a lifestyle that eats healthy. And this is something that's like, okay, I don't know, I feel like it can go both ways. But for us, I thank God that we both like to eat like vegetables. We both like to eat like acai bowls are so good to us. We like kombucha, and not saying that those are like the most healthy things, but we prefer to not eat something that's like really heavy on our stomachs, and that makes us feel like crappy and lethargic. Like, we don't like that. We don't like that feeling. Don't get us wrong, we'll go get Chick-fil-A and we'll go get food out because sometimes you do want some Dairy Queen. But we do try our best to maintain a healthy lifestyle, because we know that there are repercussions to your choices. And some of those consequences is that when you become older, your body starts to give up. And I see this in the hospital. There's a lot of obese people at the hospital, and that's just from their choices. And now their heart is giving up, now their liver is giving up, now their kidneys are giving up. Like, it's just a lot. So we want to prevent that for when we get older, and we want to carry that on to our children. So the way we're preparing for our kids is us eating healthy will help them eat healthy. They'll want to eat vegetables, they'll want to eat fruits, they'll want to eat the things that we're eating, because at the end of the day, we're their biggest influence. So if we can influence them to eat healthy and have that healthy lifestyle, then that's what we want. Second thing that goes along with this is taking care of our physical bodies in a sense of exercise. Exercise is the number one thing that I think is so underrated. Like, you guys don't understand how important exercise is to your body. And I learned this, and I know this because I'm studying the human body, but no medication, no vitamin, no preventative juice, whatever, can do better than exercise. You have a better chance of not getting sick if you exercise. You have a better chance of being mentally healthy and positive and joyful and excited, like, if you exercise. And this is all, go look it up. There's research on this. And so for us, exercise is such an important part because we know the good benefits that come with it, and we want to have that for our kids. We want our kids to be excited to go play outside. We want our kids to be excited to go play soccer or go and play tennis and go run. Like, we want them to be excited to go outside. We don't want them to want to be indoors all day, like playing video games or whatever. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, like, we want them to be active. We want active children who want to go hiking, who want to go do this, go do that. That's our goal. So if we start now, if we implement the exercise in our lives, that'll just trickle down to them, and it won't be as hard once we have kids. And then we move on to the spiritual side. Obviously, I'm going to talk about the spiritual side because this is the most important. I can teach them about eating healthy and all the physical stuff, but at the end of the day, it goes back to the heart. And so for me and David, how we're preparing to be parents is holding on to our relationship with Jesus super close and really, really growing our relationship with Jesus for that to be our foundation. Because if that's not our foundation, that's not going to be our kids' foundation. If that's not what we're practicing, what we're preaching, how are they going to practice what we're preaching? And our biggest thing is that we want the gospel to mold our children. We don't want the world to mold our children. We want Jesus to mold our children. And the only way that we can do that is praying for them, but also being that example. Because if we're saying, oh, you have to read your Bible, or like, oh, you have to love Jesus, or you have to go love on people, you have to go serve, but they don't see mom and dad doing that, they're gonna be like, no, sorry, bye. So right now, the way we're preparing to be parents is by really making it our lifestyle to fully serve Jesus with our whole hearts, and to love on others, to serve others, for that to be natural to us. Because I think once kids come, it'll be harder to focus on that. And if we practice this now and really engrave it into our hearts that we want everything to do with Jesus and nothing to do with the world, it'll be so much easier to pour into our children and to teach them that, and for them to see it and to be like, mom and dad serve, oh, I'm gonna serve. Mom and dad give, I'm gonna give. And so that's why we're trying to build that now, so that when our kids come, it's just, well, we have a stable foundation. Like, we're ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll and live our lives for the glory of God, even when kids come. And even more, you guys, I think having kids, it's like discipling. Like, they're going to be our little disciples that we need to teach and train and love on. And if we're not connected to the Holy Spirit, we're not connected to Jesus, it is going to be that much harder to disciple our kids. And so right now, our time is just prep time. We're preparing. We're loving the Lord because we do love the Lord, but we're also doing it because we want that to trickle down to our kids and be the foundation for our kids. So those are some things that we take to heart and that we think are really important. And one real quick thing that we also are doing to prepare to be parents is working on our marriage together, like being intentional on having date nights, being intentional on getting to know each other and being like, oh, David likes this, he doesn't like this. And just being intentional with each other, because we know that once kids come, it's not about us anymore. It's going to be about them and giving the endless attention to them. And so we really want to be able to focus on them, but also be reminded that we have a stable marriage. We have a good foundation in our love and in our relationship. And so that's something we're working on too. The main thing is just knowing that everything you do now is going to trickle down to your kids, whether you think it is or not. And so we want to be conscious about what we are carrying on to our kids. We want to be mindful of it, because like I said, it goes on to their genes, and it goes on to their personality, it goes on to their desires, it goes on to their spirits. So there's a lot that comes with parenthood. We don't know what it is because we're not there yet, but from what other people have told us and from what we've seen, these are some things that we both think are very important, and we both think that we need to prepare by doing these things. But we're really excited. One day we hope to be parents, and we know that God has a perfect plan for it all. We know that God is above it all regardless. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it encourages you if you want to be a parent one day, because being a parent, I think, is a big deal. It is a very big deal. Just like getting married. Getting married and becoming a wife is a huge deal, and it's not something to be taken lightly. So that's all. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and I will see you guys next time.